Welcome back to yet another episode of Camera Moves Explained, where I go over unique camera moves that you're most likely not going to find in any filmmaking textbook. Number 26, the panic pan. Next up, we have a camera move that is guaranteed to instill panic and fear in your viewer. In the 1969 movie The Wild Bunch, these men are chasing this man who is hiding in these rocks. When the cowboys get to this rock formation, they say,
$10 says he's dead by now.
I think it's a day to find him if he is. If he isn't, he's holding a gun on us right now.
And then this happens. The cowboys frantically search for the man in the rocks, whipping their heads back and forth. And the director emphasizes this frantic searching by intercutting these shots of the cowboys with these shots of their heads whipping back and forth, basically from a first-person perspective. So the next time you have a character who is frantically searching for something, just mimic their head moves with a first-person shot. And this is most easily going to be done handheld or with a shoulder rig. Number 27, the triple zoom. This next camera move comes from the 1966 movie Daisies, which is a very quirky, charming and weird movie. And one of the ways that the director makes it quirky and charming and weird is by using quirky and charming and weird camera moves like this one. Here we see these two women trying to get into this old man's pants when the camera just zooms out 3 times in a row. Now this is one of the few camera moves on this list that I do not have an explanation for why they did it. Please let me know in the comments why you would use this camera move in your next short film besides it just looking quirky. Number 28, the dancing dolly. This camera move comes from the movie Carnival of Souls, and it's basically just when the camera is in the perspective of a dancing partner. Just imagine you have 2 people dancing and the camera is one of those people. It is essentially a metaphor for dancing. In order to pull this off, you would need something like a circular dolly track, or better yet, some kind of rotating dolly like this person made on YouTube, or there's other ways of getting creative if you just attach a camera to yourself and dance with your partner. One other thing I do find interesting about this specific move is that it doesn't really look like they are dancing necessarily. It looks like they are gliding. If they were dancing, I would expect them to be wobbling a bit more, but they're kind of just like floating around, which is a little creepy, but that is perfect for this movie in particular. Number 29, the Snorri Shot. In the masterpiece movie Seconds, we see the main character walking through a train station when the film cuts to this shot. And what's interesting about this shot is that it looks like the camera is attached to him looking back at him because it wobbles with him as he walks. And yes, it is somehow connected to him, most likely with the use of a Snorri cam. A Snorri cam is a camera rig that looks like this. It attaches to the body and is primarily used with the camera facing the person it is attached to. It is most often used to convey the metaphor of being drunk or being in some sort of daze-like state, because of the exaggerated wobble it receives from the person walking. You can buy a Snorri cam online for around $200 or $300 for your small digital camera. Number 30, the Spinning Snorri. In Pirates of the Caribbean Dead Man's Chest, we see Jack Sparrow, Will Turner, and James Norrington in a free-for-all duel over the key to the dead man's chest. In a ridiculous turn of events, Will and James step onto this water wheel and it just starts rolling while they fight on top of it. In an even more ridiculous turn of events, Jack Sparrow gets pulled up into the wheel as it runs over him. They all fight for a bit and then this camera move happens. The camera spins with the wheel and it seems to be connected to it somehow, almost like it is on a Snorri cam for water wheels. This camera move adds to the chaotic nature of the scene and adds to the subtext of humor and ambiguous and shifting alliances. And in fact, it was connected to it. This was a practical effect. This was not CGI. There were actually stunt doubles on this wheel fighting as it rolled, which is kind of crazy. Here are the only BTS photos I could find of this contraption. Thank you for watching. Please let me know your favorite camera move that I talked about in the comments below, and subscribe and like, and I'll see you next time.